Okay, in this presentation we're going to look at using Jupyter notebooks for Julia. Now, just before I begin, just to start to say that the Jupyter notebooks come from the Python ecosystem. And essentially all the critical installation stuff will come from that sort of side of things. And I'm not doing that sort of stuff in this video, partly because each different operating system has a different approach and so on. So essentially the point I'm picking up is when we get to the command line interface for Julia. Okay, now I realize that this might be a little bit hard to read. So what I'm going to do is that everything I type into Julia here is written down here. Okay, so what we would do firstly, and I have this step done already, but I want to install the package manager, or actually I might sort of go using, actually in addition I should sort of say using package manager, okay, and then add IJulia. So that would install for a minute, okay. So this is an important step from starting with the command line interface to get help things get started, okay. Now, so I have that done already. I've run those two lines of command previously, so I have that all set up. So what I'm going to do is actually just double check that I have it installed there. I'm going to type in that capital PKG installed. And give that a second there. Now, so I have it there. I actually installed it quite recently, so I am ready to go. So everything's good so far. So I got down here, okay. Now I want to set things up so I can use a Julia notebook, a Jupyter notebook for Julia. So using, and watch the capital letters, capital I, capital J. Okay. Now that's just going to take a second there. And then I type in notebook. Now I might pause the video for a second just so I can keep it nice and tidy. Essentially what happens here is that runs, okay, and actually this pops up here, okay. So this is actually my folders, my file directory and so on, okay. So I'm not going to really explain what's going on there, but essentially if I want to set up a new Julia notebook, I'll just go here, Julia notebooks, and just walk into this folder here, and I actually have set a few of them up already. I might use those again. But what I will do here is actually, let's make that a bit bigger and easier to read, because we're not stuck with the small font size anymore. Okay, so what I do is I go over here and click new. Okay, and you should see Julia when I click on notebook or new, and up at the top you should see Julia. The most recent version for me is Julia 1.1, so I'm going to click on that. And again, as I said before, this sort of really comes from the Python ecosystem, so Python should be there as well. Okay, there we go. Click on that, and let's just type in something here. Now, this is a package I have installed already. Let's just run that. There we go. Just take a second here. Partly because, when you're actually running screencasting software like I'm using at the same time, it actually slows down your computer a lot. But anyway, we're good to go. That's going to work in a second, and then we will be able to move on. I feel like I just sort of should hold on just so so it doesn't crash or something like that, I shouldn't have picked that one. There we go, it's working now. Alright, good stuff. Thank you very much.